Ah, freshly charged controller. Hey folks, I'm MysteriousJG. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Brave story. So I did check a fact just because I wanted to see how close I am to advancing before I decided how much more time to put in. And the main thing I realized is that we want to go back the way we came because we needed to fight the second wall before we could get a reward for defeating the first wall. If I'm reading it correctly. Also, apparently, oh, and by the way, did you know there's now such a thing as vanilla Final Fantasy XII? Yes, that's what Final Fantasy XII, the non-Zodiac Age, is called. And our reward for that, for beating this thing, was a group of chests, one of which had a very small % chance, and you can only grab it once, of unlocking one of the best swords in the game, or one of the best swords available at this time. And now it's changed to something else, so whatever. See, I wouldn't have come back for that. So I'm glad I checked out the facts. Sorry I made fun of you guys for making some vague connection between dice and device from whatever your Tactics Ogre game is. I was thinking if it was a reference, which I didn't think it was, would have been to Dice Dog. But anyway, no. So that's how you get to these rooms, which I wouldn't have known about otherwise. Oh, which are not even on the map. So it's still possible that I should be saving before I open these chests in case it makes a huge difference. I'm going to fight this strong temptation to speed it up here so you guys can understand just how big the anticipation is as you run around doing a slalom with the flames for no reason. Hoping that the reward is worth it. Oh, it's interesting. None of this is on the friggin' map. Ooh, but there's traps. There's trick traps. Interesting. Tallow. We've got green liquid, which was the drops from the green slimes before. It is a bit obnoxious how these guys just drop off the ceiling, so you can't really plan for them that well. A scathe moot. Yeah, that's what the fact said it was going to be. So apparently that treasure is a bit of a bigger deal, or at least in vanilla Final Fantasy XII, there's a chance that it'll be an extremely... I don't even remember which sword it was, so I shouldn't get that excited. It might not be as big as I'm making it out, but there was a chance it could be something really cool, or it could just be a moat. Now, a scathe moat, that's a high-level black magic spell that we don't have access to yet. Don't remember exactly what it does, but I think it inflicts bad status or decreases defense or something pretty nasty to the enemy. That's a pretty late game spell, I believe. Now, there's also enemies around here from whom we can, on rare occasions, steal a blood sword. which was always one of my favorite weapons to use in Final Fantasy Tactics. Because it gives you back whatever health you inflict. Whatever damage you do on an enemy using it, you get that much health back. Could make a knight very self-reliant. Okay, I am going to... Just because it's going to drive me nuts, I am... But bear in mind, you wouldn't normally have gotten to do that on the PS2. You would have to walk all the way back at regular speed. And on the PS2, you might have gotten a different treasure, but you also might have just gotten Scathe mode, which would have sucked. But, hey, it's optional. You don't have to do that at all, because you don't even have to defeat that enemy. And it's a better reward than you get for defeating, what's his name, Balthier's main enemy and his like girlfriend and his cousins or whoever those guys were who kidnapped Penelo. You defeat them, you get nothing. The game's like, you were supposed to run away from them. I mean, you can fight them if you want to show off that you got no life and you over-leveled too much, but we're not going to give you anything for it. Alright, so let's get back to the main thrust of the plot. So we head down here. This looks like it's active. Watch this take us back to the beginning or something, though. That's what it did. Well, at least we got a... Can I speed this up? No. At least we now have a fast travel, sort of, to get further inside. So we can come in here, we can touch the crystal. Oh, excuse me. I hope you didn't hear that. Yeah. But we can... I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, folks. As I record this, tomorrow is Veterans Day. And yes, I am recorded quite far ahead of what you're seeing, probably. And I'm traveling for work. I won't go into the details of it. I volunteered for this program. So I'm actually traveling on a holiday, and I'm not even getting paid. I'm getting paid, but I'm getting paid 8 hours a holiday like I would if I had stayed home LPing. So, and it's going to be a long travel day, too. I actually will get paid a little extra because I'm going to have more than 8 hours of traveling. I'm going to get travel comp out of this. But no, I'm in this mode where I don't want to let go of this recording session because it means I have to pack my bags and get ready to go to bed so I can wake up really early tomorrow for a flight. Anyway, probably shouldn't have gone into all that. All right. Well, here's actual enemies that we can fight. That's good. I'll grab that. Thank you. Oh, and I actually used a couple of potions for a change because while wandering around at high speed to go get the treasure of the Yurok Yahtzee, whatever they're called, the Tuna, I had Bosch doing a gambit where he kept giving himself small potions, and because he was in the middle of giving himself a potion and he was the party leader, he couldn't touch the save crystal to stop giving himself potions. I had to shut off his gambits because he kept giving himself potions rather than actually, you know, touching the save crystal. Touching the save crystal involved him not being involved with another motion or action. Is there anything on the other side of this? There is. Okay, so they triggered the trap anyway. I was really trying not to have that happen. Whatever. Oh, we obtained a spell? Seriously? Oh, nice. Yeah, up to this point, I hadn't been paying too much mind because I wasn't running into any trouble, but the fact was periodically telling me to, like, certain boss fights, make sure you have a Dispel mode. But now we've actually, or Dispelaga mode, now we've actually just got Dispel. Nice. We've got magic of the spell. Zombie. It's not what that song sounds like at all, right? Oh, okay, we got chicken monsters. Was that even, like, a palette swapped scary version, or was that just a regular freaking cluckatrice down here for some reason? Oh, it's a lesser chimera. Okay, it is not a cluckatrice. So I was about to be really underwhelmed by the monsters of, We will guard this tomb of sacred magic treasure using cluckatrices. Well, now that I know that that treasure chest had a dispel, which is actually a way cooler than a Scathe mote, in my opinion, because it's a permanent thing. Well, you know what? I shouldn't get that excited. I believe I will probably, in a not too distant future, probably be able to buy... Oh, a strip of foul flesh. Sounds delicious. I'll probably be able to buy dispel in another town or two, or a merchant or two, where it's Scathe motes may not be available in stores at all. I'm thinking these zombie enemies are the ones that I'm probably meant to be stealing blood swords from. Oh, it was preparing poke. Nothing happens, the device remains asleep. Northfall pedestal. Luminous crimson jewel set in the pedestal. You just go around touching things, Ash. What could possibly go wrong if you just go around randomly touching zombie mage? No, I don't know if these are the guys I'm supposed to be stealing from after all. Well, that worked out okay, and we got plenty of foul flesh out of it. The mystic altar. Half of the altar stone is sunk to the floor. Oh, maybe we weren't meant to do this yet. I probably should have continued exploring. Well, you know, we can still get down there. Okay, so there's no treasure at the end of this one, which I needed to come and explore anyway. But this will take us to the same maze starting at the other end. So I can fight my way back there and see if there's anything else to be done, and if not, cool, I just gotta go get at least to that altar, the place to the south, and that probably is what advances the story. Now, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I keep feeling like I should be able to press in both joysticks and get some kind of hunter's eye, which will allow me to see treasure chests highlighted against the walls. It's Ragu. That is a strange looking enemy. I am feeling the overleveledness a bit. I may have gone a little overboard in my off-screening, but like I said, it's so freaking hard to off-screen in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I just kind of felt like having a round of it. Zombie ready's lunge. We're getting off a lot of attacks before it gets to fight us. But I don't really know how much damage these guys would do if they did get to attack. And we're not so over-leveled that, like, Ash is able to defeat them with one hit or anything. No, treasure. Oh my god, it might be a super valuable spell. It's a gravity mote. That is not a super valuable spell. Still, it's something. Having that dude there with his giant sword is probably helping. Yeah, action pose. Action putting away your sword pose. Casting thunder. I'm starting to suspect that I'm not going to get, other than that gravity mode, I'm not getting anything for coming at this from two different directions. But who knows? There might be something. Oh, well, here we go. Oh, I was about to say, I thought they were mimics for a second. I don't know if this game... Well, no, I know this game has those. But they usually look like those goofy treasure chests, not like these normal treasure chests. Just Gil. So I wonder if there was, you know, this whole roll the dice and see what the treasure has inside mechanic of this game. I didn't even realize that it was happening possibly in vanilla version of this game, which I'm now calling it, other than the chests that respawn. But like knowing that that happens with all chests and sometimes you can miss really important items kind of ticks me off. That was a really annoying part of this game back in the day. And I'm not sure to what extent it still exists, other than the fact that a few very specific items like the Zodiac Spear are now obtainable through different methods because people hated the way they worked. Oh, he was casting fire. They hated the way they worked in the original game. So nothing over here. Okay. There's not a whole lot of point to coming at it from both directions other than making sure you don't miss any loots. But now what if I go to the south and there's an altar that only goes halfway down and I still don't have anything? I'm assuming if I get both of these running, I'll get rewarded with some kind of progress. Okay, immersion broken, but still. Big old shot from the big old sword. What? There was no treasure, but there was a treasure on the one on the other side. Oh well. And it was a spell. I was really excited. An actual magic spell. Maybe it was on the main one. Joyous sound wave. That's right, I'm really excited. Come on, guys, stay close. There we go. Vanish. Alright, that's another spell, I believe. Best way to tell is to look at Penelo's gambits. I'm sure I could tell by checking out the actual spell list, but, oh. Actually, I could see it on anybody's gambits. I thought she had all the white magic, but Vanish is probably a black magic spell, or some kind of spell that isn't white magic, because she should have all of the white magic licenses. She should be able to cast any white magic spell we come across. Okay, guys, you can just stay back. Haste gun. You know, I really tried. You guys. You know, you bitches is crazy, but I love you. You too, Vossler. The biggest bitch of all. Sorry. So one of these guys was casting Protect, but it availed him not. Can't remember which guys we were supposed to be casting or stealing from to get the bloodstone or blood sword, but I don't think it was these guys either. It's just I noticed it in the fact while I was trying to figure out how much more we had to do. I want to say I'll remember the name when I see it, but I'm not even sure about that at this point. Okay, well, Fran got blinded, but she's got blinda in her gambits. So there. We certainly got some somewhat different enemy types over here. A handkerchief. Interesting. Bone toss is ready. Again, just kind of scanning, looking for treasure chests. Oh, maybe this will now... A barrel jewel. Maybe this... yeah, they'll go all the way down and not just part of the way down. Lich began casting oil. Boy, the Liches got mad. They just all showed up for this. I'm all oily. Okay, so this is a new path that became available, I would guess, with, Can I set myself on fire and breathe my last now that I'm covered in oil? So I'm gonna just... yeah, there could be treasures. A Paramina crossbow. That is probably worth more than, like, the 30 gil that I was expecting to find. Even if nobody's really using crossbows. We're not too far away from getting our second jobs, which means that Bosch will suddenly be able to use crossbows if we decide that we want him doing that. He was casting blind. I don't know how to get rid of oil, if there's a specific spell. I don't think we actually have access to Asuna yet. I have used various skill license point purchases to get better remedies. 57 gil, 127 gil, a potion. Oh, they're starting to cast spell, or shell, I mean. Oh, it's Fran who has oil. For some reason I thought Ash did. Doesn't really matter, because we're not really coming... well, these guys can cast fire, so in theory, that will make a difference. Of course, he casts blizzards. But a Lich is now casting fire. Oil is a status, which means fire attacks do more damage to you. Don't know how much more they do. I don't know that there's a similar status that improves the effectiveness of, like, you know, Blizzard, or you've been hit with the status effect having just walked along the carpet. It means that the lightning attacks will do more damage because you're all, like, primed to get static electrically charged. I remember once petting our old, you know, our late pet cat, gone off to cat heaven now, but petting little Ralph the cat during the winter, and you know, kind of crawling up to him on the carpeted floor and reaching over and petting him, and we both got shocked and watched him just, like, hop up and run across the room and is feeling really bad because he must have thought that I came up to him and intentionally shocked him. Anyway, poor old Ralph the cat got electrocuted. Well, not electrocuted, but just shocked, not electrocuted. Oh, so they have different faces, and one of them is like good, and one of them is evil, or I've got a heavy coat. All right, I'm getting sick of it now. Not sure what the point was of this room. So we never actually teleported out of that one zone. So you would think we would... Oh. Now I'm curious if it's even activated on this side. Okay, no, those were the... I thought based on us fighting the Talos, which I hadn't seen before other than we were in that unmapped zone, I thought maybe things had gone horribly wrong. And we'd end up in the mapped zone. Okay, so we can warp over here. And now the map will probably show it as being a teleport stone to the south. A teleport stone in the teleport zone. Get in zone, teleport zone. Alright. Do we have a spell whose job is to deal with oil? Yeah, blind, remove silence, remove poison. You would think that maybe the watery magics would remove oil, just because it would do water damage, but it would also, like, you know, clean you off. I guess that's not how it works. No, this isn't the right way. Here we go. We want to go this way. So it is now... It's not being mapped on there as we go. It does show on our Soliton radar here. I hope we encounter an orange crystal or a blue crystal or something before we fight our next boss, because I do want to get rid of that oil. But I don't want to backtrack all the way to where I know that we can remove that. Maybe I should have. It's always weird to see the three characters that you're not using.
Fog? Underground?
It's mist, you dumb bitch.
Not fog. Mist.
Even I knew that. She mentioned mist before.
You can see the mist with your eyes?
Well, you can too. You just mentioned it.
You may. The nether runs deep in this place. So, is the mist dangerous?
Yes.
Yes, but it is also an aid. A dense mist allows the working of powerful magics.
By our enemies.
So is this is the closest we get to a relationship between Fran and Penelo.
That's for sure.
He's kind of a dumbass, yes.
Is that Penelo is like looking to Fran as an example of a woman who knows what she's doing. Like, I'm probably reading way too much into it, but there was just a tiny little flavor of that before, with Penelo wanting to like quickly rush out, and Fran being like,
"No, we have to sneak out slowly, you stupid son of a... You stupid slut. You stupid slag."
Anyway, alright, I'm being very silly now, and I'm going to call it a video. When we come back, because I'm going to cram in... Oh, God. It's going to go later than I meant to with this, but I should be able to actually get to where I wanted to get. When we come back, we're going to finish exploring the cloister. I really wish I knew for sure if there was a save point before we fight the next boss. Well, I got a freaking FAQ open. I can check. But anyway, guys, when we come back next time, I'm almost positive we have another boss fight to go. Matter of fact, who am I kidding? I know there's another boss fight to go. Because I was looking at a FAQ to get a general idea of whether I could get this done without pushing way past the time I meant to be recording. And I think another 30 minutes ought to do it. Or come close. Might be 2 videos, actually. Yeah, crap. Catch you guys next time.